Watching TVC Breakfast, welcome to our last discussion of the day. Now, if the federal government approves, new electricity tariffs will take effect today, September the 1st. 11 power distribution companies, as they call them, DISCOS, recently got approval from the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission to increase electricity tariff. The tariff would increase from 42 naira 44 kobo to 58 naira 94 kobo, depending on the class or the band that you belong. Now, this will be the third tariff increase this year, and it is expected to be in place till December. Okay, so this is the crux of our discussion in the next couple of minutes. Joining me now to make sense of this is energy consultant and policy analyst Olusegun Okwade. It's nice to have you join me.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Pleasure to be
Great.
here.
And I have social commentator Smart Akpejoye here to also join in the discussion. Smart, good morning.
Michael, good
to
morning
see you.
and happy new month.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, happy September. That's good. Okay. Now, Sheson, I'm going to start with you on this. Some time ago, there was the issue of a service-based tariff, which was supposed to kick off immediately. And there was also supposed to be a review of the tariffs. That also promised that there was going to be a relative improvement in power supply. But let me ask, and I'm going to ask both of you, whether power has been constant enough, the power supply has been constant enough to warrant this increment. Sheson, let me start with you on this.
Yeah, response to your question. First and foremost, you know, we said service cost tariff, reflective tariff. You discover that what some of the DISCOs have gone to do is to concentrate more on area where revenue can be generated. And you have it that majority of those people have actually been, having the supply. Also, having the promise. Remember that after the last increase, there was a promise from the federal government through the NMMP to install rollout meters, which was concluded about a few months ago when they put a halt to the map. That is to enhance some of the things which they promised to guide the increment that they promised then. So we are working gradually, at least to make sure those that are the lower cadre, the band D and band C, who have not been enjoying supply as expected because of the tariff. This business
it means this policy is for people who can pay, so that money comes in.
Of course,
the companies are happy.
It's business. It's business.
Okay.
And it's no longer in the hands of the government like it used to be. Now it's in the hands of the private sector.
All right, Smart. I wonder if you have constant or relative power supply or improvement in power supply where you are now. You heard Sheson say that where they can pay money, give them light where they can pay money. So if you don't live where you can pay money...
Sheson did not answer the question.
Okay.
This morning when he was leaving home, I hope there is light in his house.
There was light in my house.
All right.
Fantastic.
He's
living where they can pay. Okay, I'm living where we can't pay.
All right.
And we have been paying, although...
Okay.
Now, I live in Ikorodu. In the past 4 days, they've not been light. They only brought lights intermittently, like twice, say from 10:30 yesterday night.
Do you have a prepaid meter?
I don't have a prepaid meter,
even
though I have applied for a prepaid meter for over 3 years.
No, that's not correct, man.
You cannot ask me. You cannot say that's not correct. You cannot say that is not correct.
Let's listen to his experience.
They are verifiable with this thing. They came to my house sometime in 2019. In 2019. After I did that, I wrote, which I have evidence of this thing, I wrote to complain to Ikeja Distribution. Maybe sometime towards the end of 2019, somebody came, they called me, they sent a text, and I had to wait. Even though they said they will be in my house at about 10. They didn't come until about 4. Now the guy came, but they came.
Right.
Now, they carried out all the survey and everything. Up to today, as I talk to you, I don't have a prepaid meter, even though I had applied through their whatever maps or whatever. Now again, they took the electricity from what I was paying before. They increased it with almost about 3,800, and yet in every month in every month, they will bring the bill, say, at around 14th of the month. Every month, I probably will not have light for 10 days put together.
So what's the follow-up with the prepaid meter that...
I wrote, I still have a copy of the email I sent to the MD. I even copied the MD at Ikeja Distribution. I wrote to NERC. You see, all these people, they will just tell you they are doing something. They are not doing anything. Now let me also call again. We don't have light, and again, you see, if need be, I'll come back and give you. I'll bring out my bills because I receive it via email. I'll bring out so that you can see that the tariff for 4 days that I don't have light, and and that of the last month, we're not different.
Okay.
So there is a problem. You now say you want to increase. You see, again, it is not even the NERC. It's not even the DISCO or whatever. We'll probably have to go back to the government that we graciously approves it because of the fact that they want to make life difficult for the people.
But they are saying they want to make life easier for the people. That's their own argument. Now, so the point there is, this increment, Smart here has given us his own experience, which is a reflection of maybe so many other people. But the point is, this increment, is it going to be reflective on those who have the capacity and ability to pay, who have light?
Yeah, it's you see, the increase we are talking about is going to cut across.
Okay.
And like I have this to say, the government is working with the DISCO to make sure that one of the promises they gave, which is prepayment, which we have actually been yearning for have to go around. Before now, we had what they call MAP, where people were paying for the meters, and they get when they get paid, some of these meters were being installed. And government came out again with free meters for people who, although the DISCO use their discretion, possibly if you are owing so much, they use it like revenue drive. Like I said, this is a business venture, no longer in the hand of the government. So they used that to mop up some of the revenue, which people, they will tell you, okay, you are owing this much. If you can pay this, we'll get the meter installed so that you have a credibility. And just last 2 weeks ago, the NERC approved, via federal government, approved again for distribution of another 4 million, and again opened the map, because some people are like, wait, I don't want to get the free meter from the government. I've seen instances where while installing the meter, they said, no, if it's free from government, I don't want to collect, because there is nothing free from the government. That is trust. We all know that. I'm a citizen of this country, and we know the trust deficit that the people have in the government. I say, no, I need the one that I can pay for. And he paid for his meter and he got it. There is a gap. We know that.
All right. So
we observe that. And this gap we are covering.
So from your perspective, because you're saying some persons paid and they got. Smart here is saying that he has paid, he has applied since 2 years ago.
If he has applied 3 years ago, definitely, you see, I've faced some of these challenges with people. They will respond to them for a response from the customer. We would not get. During MAP, there are serious rollouts of some of the people that are paid. People were rushing to pay until the NERC said we are stopping that MAP and they want to roll out the NMMP. That's government policy. I'm not part of the policy makers. They decided to, because we faulted it. People are willing to pay for this meter, at least those that have the capacity to pay. Why not allow them to pay via the MAP? And if you decide to roll out for the less privileged, people that you feel cannot afford to pay this, let them go ahead with that. And that's why they came up with the policy after the NERC meeting 2 weeks ago, that they are going to roll out both MAP and the NMMP, so that we can close the gap. Because the fundamental that we want to address here is that our customers have confidence that what they are paying for is what they are using.
Value for money.
Look,
value for money. Smart.
In the first place, you are talking about increasing that is supposed to take effect from today. Now you've not done the right thing. Now they will just come to your house. They will not. Now again, if you have to probably disturb them while they are working, they will charge you again for assault. Which some Nigerians have resorted to. You see videos going viral. But I tell you,
but fundamentally, that is actually wrong.
No, it is wrong. Yes, it is wrong. But sometimes again, that is self-help. If the government cannot help you, then you help yourself. But then I don't want to go that route. Let me come to this fact that government wants to increase a service that is not available. No. But now, in the first place,
but I just said
something that this is business. And there are promises there, Maito, that they are going to be increasing this thing annually.
If you are doing business in the first place, give me service and I will pay. But you're not giving me service and you want me to pay. You do what we call estimated billing. There is a look. But are you aware that there's a cap for estimated billing?
Let him finish.
There is a house very close, not too far from me. They have this one that the one that Jonathan did, NIPP or whatever. Okay. The small transformer. They brought, this man does not even have one AC in his house. They brought a bill of 28,000
for the
from 9,000 to 28,000. They said because it's on that this thing. I helped him drafting a letter, sent to Ikeja distribution, sent to whatever. It has still not reflected. The guy said, okay, come and remove your cable. They have not gone to do that. Out of frustration. They still have not done that. And now you are now increasing again. You probably take it to 30 something now. And yes, we're not getting service. Because you consult for them now. You now feel because
I'm a Nigerian and I feel the pain of the masses.
No, you don't.
But the people need to understand one thing.
If you do, you probably see it first from the masses angle. Rather from the
what are we doing in the aspect of the business owners? We should put them to bear. If government is failing in their responsibility, you don't kill the business also. There's a promise on the part of the government
hang on, smart. Regular or normal business regulation states that if I'm going to sell this biro to you, and it costs so much, and I'm saying this is the value of it, at least I should give you the value and then you pay. And if you are not satisfied with the value of what I said this thing is going to do for you, you have the right to say you're not getting the value for the money, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
So that is where he is coming from. In the context of, okay, give me the service, then I will pay. In the situation where they're talking of the increment, you're increasing from one level to another when the service has not improved, how do we justify that?
You see, I want to say this, like I mentioned that I'm a master too, who feel some of this pain, not just as a consultant. But the truth is, when this distribution,
but you said you had light. You said you had light when you with this money. He said he has not had light since 4. So how do you feel?
Is a function of the tariff I'm paying. Is it the same thing he's paying?
Okay.
The answer is no. Based on the service reflective cost, we are not paying the same amount, and you don't expect them to give priority. Same is applicable even, we have different classes of customers. There are people we call maximum demand.
Yeah, but
those industries.
But the increment. This increment.
In a safe society. But this increment be saying because you live in an highbrow area and because I live in a lowbrow area.
All the government responsible. All the government responsible for the balancing. But as we speak, it's a business for the DISCO, and they are there to make sure they do what is needful. This is a commitment on the part of the government through MITO that we will be increasing systematically, gradually, and that will be again done every 5 years, the massive one. If government has failed to do their own part,
it is a fraudulent agreement that the government, that the federal government,
they hold your government responsible
through the Bill of Public Enterprise that privatized whatever, that gave it to those people that they're not supposed to give it to. It's a fraudulent agreement, and you see, if we sit down to look at it, let us look at the parameters. Let us look at the criteria that should have awarded that contract. You see, somewhere along the line they have failed, because if they have not failed, Ikeja distribution will not be doing what they are doing, or a co-distribution. Let me tell you, we have a systemic failure, and who am I holding responsible? The person I'm holding responsible is that federal government that will approve.
I appreciate that you're admitting to that.
Because if the federal government does not approve that increment, they cannot implement. So what I'm saying now is that the federal government must not and should not approve until they give us a prepaid meter. If they give us prepaid meter, if they are increasing it, now you see in my house from 6 in the morning till about 6 in the evening, nobody is at home. Everything will be off. Then and if I have a prepaid meter, that means my prepaid meter is idle. Now, either my prepaid meter is either my home is idle or not, electricity wise. I am going to still pay the same amount. Yeah. Now we are increasing it again.
Mike, let me just say this to the issue of meters that is being tackled. Another set of meters, in fact, initially it was 1 million. 4 million is being rolled out now. And people who have the will or who have the capability to pay can now pay and get the meter. Those are areas that we are putting together. Let me say it. I know Smart he traveled widely. And we know the cost of utility outside the country. I know the question will be, they provide it 24/7. Go to the. I'm telling you now that I woke up this morning. I slept with light. I woke up with light because I know the time. I know what I pay monthly. Compared to we were together, we were together in the If I am still in that area, I know possibly I'll be feeling the pain. Is paying, but because this is in the hand, you see, both of us can agree on this.
But this increase, but this increase is
costing the other side now. It's not seeing it it's not seeing it from those on this side.
We're seeing it together. But let's address the
problem we are addressing today. We are talking about today. In the first place, the federal government are they supposed to approve the go ahead of the increase in tariff? What I'm saying as a Nigerian, as a consumer, is that look, you cannot increase a service that is not available, because whether the service is available or not, they will still give me estimated billing. Give me prepaid meter, and I will know that if you have a prepaid meter today, I can adjust myself. I buy fuel,
so you get value for money.
Yes, I buy fuel of 6,000 every other day, because I have a problem. If I'm at home, I must have electricity. I must have electricity if I'm at home. So if there is no electricity, I will use the alternative, which is generator. I run 2 generators in my house, and again I buy fuel every other day, and yet you are not bringing an increase that I will still pay the same rate. That is my bone of contention.
I love the admissions of Smart this morning on this issue.
That's what
he has shifted the goalpost by saying, let's hold the federal government responsible. When the federal government was signing with some of these DISCO at the point of privatization, they came up with that motto, and they need to stand by their promise to the business owner that we are going to be increasing this every six months gradually and do in a big way. Let's all the now you say that from your intro, you said the federal government will either approve. NERC has actually given that to but we are awaiting the federal government approval. If the federal government approve it, definitely we show them they must have put the cost and benefit in.
All right, we're wrapping up now. We're wrapping up now.
We have a rubber stamp federal government.
It's not an issue.
Just like we have a rubber stamp National Assembly, the same thing we have a rubber stamp national.
All right.
Of course, we have our PVC. We show them the way out.
We so much appreciate, and then you can check the activity.
Let's mind our language, please. Finally, the point is this prepaid meters. There are Nigerian companies that produce prepaid meters. Why is it very challenging to make this thing available so that somebody like Smart who applies can get almost within few days of application?
You still go back to the same story. The cost of producing those things compared to bringing it in is not comparable.
It is not comparable because electricity,
the government
because they use generator.
But Smart,
it is not.
On the other hand,
do you know why production is high in Nigeria? Yeah. It's because of electricity. That's one major of this thing. It is because of electricity.
It's not only
let me tell you. I know of so many companies that run 24 hours on generator, especially when they are producing. Do you know why? Because there cannot be a disruption in their production line. The moment there is a disruption in the production line, they have to reject. So I'm telling you, because they now have to use this.
What is the proportion
they now have to use this
of that cost?
Gentlemen,
it's not comparable to the raw material.
All right, gentlemen.
The raw material for masters are not available.
This is the problem we have to ourselves.
We have to wrap up here now.
Not the good government.
Smart. All right. The point there is, this debate will continue.
No problem.
I will promise that we will continue with this debate, and then if in fact we'll expand the frontiers so that we can get other opinion and perspectives from other sides of it. Thank you very much. Smart Kwejoye, thank you very much for
just
your
allow
time on the
my
program.
friend to smile. We'll put things in the right perspective. Address the government with the business owner must do the way it is.
Sheso, thank you very much for coming as
It's
well.
a pleasure,
thank you. Please make meters available for him.
We'll definitely get him one.
It's all right.